In this video, I'd like to define a method of solving the decision tree, a method to follow that's gonna work every time. So what did we do? Basically, let's do the highlights of what we've done in the previous videos. So as a first step, we found out the complement probabilities. With the data that we had, we found out some complement probabilities to use later on. So find the complement probabilities. Find complement probabilities. What did we do as a second step? As a second step, we found out the joint probabilities. We drew this matrix, remember? So as a second step, we found the joint probabilities in our matrix. So the probability of recommending and bad, recommending and good, etc., etc. So we found out joint probabilities. Find joint probabilities. Find joint probabilities. What did we do as a third step? As a third step, we looked into our decision tree and we calculated the expected payoffs. We calculated the payoffs in every scenario by looking at the data given in the question. So payoffs, write payoffs in the decision tree. So payoffs in decision tree. What did we do as a fourth step? As a fourth step, we started going backwards from the payoffs to the beginning of the decision tree. And how did we do that? We used conditional probabilities every time. We had conditional probabilities, and to solve the conditional probabilities, we used our matrix, we used our joint probabilities and the probabilities given in the question. So we found the conditional probabilities. We found the conditional probabilities as a fourth step. Conditional probabilities. What did we do as a fifth step? As a fifth step, we calculated the expected values of every scenario, the expected values of asking for the advice and the expected value of not asking for the advice. So as a fifth step, we calculated the expected values, and as a final step, we just compared what's better for us. So as a final step, we just compare the expected value and decide whether to go for the advice or not. Hope this is helpful. Keep this in mind, and when you solve this again, try just looking at the method and then work the probabilities yourselves and do it with this decision tree and other questions that you have. Hope this helps, and we are done.